What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Mr. Joe's Baseball Show. It has been a minute since I've been here making a video for you guys, but we're back. We're better than ever. It's been a little hectic the past couple months, but we're back. Uploads are coming back more frequently, don't you worry. I think I said at least my next video was going to be baseball basics for Birdo, but I lied because the Dinger City Classic 3 is starting soon. We just did our draft for it. Games start coming out in a couple weeks, so I wanted to break down all the teams and rank them where I think they are 1 through 12. It's a 12-team classic, duplicates of every character available, and yeah, I'm gonna run it through it from 12 to 1 on which teams I think are the best, which I think are the worst. I think some of my takes are a little strange. I think you guys might not agree with all of them. I think that a couple of them are kind of controversial, but I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are excited for it. After I get through all this, be sure to leave a comment about what you think about all the different teams. And without further ado, let's get into it. Unfortunately, coming in at the bottom slot, number 12, will be the Crit Nick Critical Hits. Sorry, man, this team just is not good. It starts off so strong, right? Birdo, excellent captain, the best captain in the game even. Boo, excellent pitcher, the best pitcher in the game even. And then Hammer Bro, one of the best heavies in the game. Second to Bowser. Well, I guess Bowser's the best, obviously. But second to Petey after that. So really, really strong start on this team. And then, like, Toadette, Goomba, two more Shy Guys. Sure, two of them have Falcon Pop, which is alright. They're so bad in the field, though. He's playing on Wario Palace, so, you know, if he just puts the ball in play, maybe he'll get some shenanigans going on. I'm not saying he's not going to win any games. I'm sure he will win some games. But, like, this team's just not that good. It's really weak after that top 3, and that's why I have it at the 12 spot. Even defensively, it's pretty poor, you know? It's got the best a great shortstop, the best pitcher, a solid catcher, and a great right fielder, but the rest of the field is dead. Absolute dead field after that. So that's why I don't really like this team after that top 3. Coming in at number 11, we got General Gunks WMD, piloted by Nolan, and this one, I think this is one that some people might be like, excuse me? And I know it might be a little weird to sit here and see, like, oh, 2 Bowsers on this team. Surely, surely this team's going to be good. And I just don't think so. I think this team sucks. Like, yes, okay, listen, I hear you. 2 Bowsers, that's really good. You lead off Bowser, I walk him. Bowser comes up again, I walk him. Now what? Bowser Jr. and Dry Bones are like your only 2 decent characters. I guess Blue Noki's okay. Bowser Jr.'s not even that good. The fielding is terrible. I mean, you put Bowser... Say you were to put Bowser at shortstop and second base, or shortstop and first base, shortstop and catcher. You have Bones and Toad filling out the rest of the field, basically. You know, you have one good outfielder in Noki, a decent outfielder in Bowser Jr., but God, this team is terrible after that top 2. It's just, it's so weird to me to put the team with 2 Bowsers second from the bottom. But like, when you look at it, you look past the first 2 players. It's like you put Aaron Judge and Mike Trout on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Just because you got the 2 best home run hitters in the game doesn't mean that the rest of the team is going to be any good. Your defense is terrible, the rest of your bats are terrible, and they're never going to score unless people make mistakes and pitch to them and give up maybe 1 or 2 runs at a time. I think the team's bad. I think it's going to stay bad. We'll see if I'm proved wrong, but I really don't think so. Coming in at number 10, we've got the City Hall Dirges, a mini Toad Brigade coming in on this team. Playing on DK Jungle, so, you know, he's going to be able to take advantage of the small outfield. And he's got a solid top 3-4. Ignore Peach, she's just there because she's the captain, so she's at the top. But, I mean, Petey, Boomer, Madge, Pianta, that's a great 4 characters. The problem is then you get into the Toads, and Red Toad's not all that bad, but his bottom 3 is really bad. Peach isn't very good. That's going to be his pitcher, which is passable. It's not terrible. But I really think this team's going to struggle in the field, and I don't know if the 2 heavies is going to be enough to kind of bring him where he needs to be. I know, like, this might feel low for this team when you're looking at it, but I really do think that the teams above it are just kind of better constructed and have better fielding and still have good offensive options. Now, he's going to win games because he has Petey Piranha and he has Boomerang Bro, and Magikoopa's a great defender. Pianta's a good defender with a decent bat, especially on DK Jungle. The team is not unplayable, and I think that this is a good step up from the last team. But I do think it's going to struggle in the field, and I think that some teams are kind of just going to hit all over it, and that's how it's going to go. But it's not bad. At number 9, we got the Spencer Natty Spuds. I actually like this team a lot for what it is. I mean, it's number 9. It's not a great team, but 2 Magikoopas, so you got really strong corner bases or maybe a Magic second base, something like that. You have Boo as a very, very great pitcher and bat, so that's really good offense. And you may notice he's playing on Bowser's Castle, so it's a small ball type of thing. You know, you're not going to be hitting home runs often, so the fact that he doesn't have a home run hitter isn't a big deal. He's got good star hitters. He's got Green Noki for an outfielder and a good star hitter. Luigi has a good outfielder, and he's his captain, so we can use that green Fireball, which is pretty good. He's got Falcon Pop Shy Guy, and then he's got good chemistry for the Shy Guys if he wants to go for some charge swings, you know, try to hit some things off the wall. I think that a lot of you are going to look at this and be like, Andrew's team's better. Why are you putting Spencer's above? I think this team is going to play together better. I think the fielding's better. It's got a good pitcher. It's got, you know, doubles potential. It's got good star hitters. It looks good. I think it's a good looking team. I think it fits the stadium really well. So I think that this team is a little bit better than Andrew's for what it is. But we'll see. At number 8, we got the Little Cokes, piloted by Little Cokes himself. He's playing on Peach Garden, so his team is actually really well constructed for that. He's got Yoshi, who is the elite defender in the game, especially on this stadium. Wario to play a great infield, and you know, he's got a solid slap hit. Maybe he can go for some block hits. Waluigi, good pitcher, solid pitching option, really good bat, really good for this stadium. Pianta, who's going to be going for charge singles, which is, you know, it's not great, but it's not terrible. Plus, he's a good infielder, so that means that you can put Yoshi in the outfield and still have, like, 2 really good infielders, Wario and Pianta. Toadsworth, really good bat all around. You throw him in center field or something. And then the bottom of his team's not great. I mean, Paragoomba's going to play a corner base, probably, maybe an outfield position. You got Falcon Pop on Red Koopa here, so that's always nice. And then the bottom 2 being Green Koopas. Every team's going to have a couple of crappy characters. In this case, it's the 2 Green Koopas. I like Cokes' team for his stadium a lot, and he's going to be playing on his stadium 6 times. So, because you play 5 home games, and then you play the other person who has your stadium as well once, and you may be home or away, but either way, you're playing on your stadium. So, I think Cokes is a well-constructed team for his stadium, and I think it's going to show that he's going to take advantage of that and have a really good performance. I don't think his team's amazing, but I think it's good. I think it's a good team. Coming in at number 7, I have my team. Now, if you watch the draft, the team I drafted was better than this one, but what that team didn't have was the best vibe in the goddamn world. Look at this team. Tell me what you notice about all of them. I'm just gonna tell you, they're all red or pink, but pink is red, and that is a thing of beauty. I've got Birdo, best captain in the game. Fire Bro, good heavy, especially if you're holding down. He's looking good. Diddy Kong, great pitcher, really solid pitching option. Pianta can hit home runs on DK Jungle, which is where I am, and he's a solid infielder, so my infield is locked down. Noki has Falcon Pop, decent slap hit, good outfield. Like, that's a great outfielder right there. Toadette, best right fielder in the game, so that's really solid. And then I have a Falcon Pop character with Red Koopa. My stinkers are the 2 Flamin' Hot Paratroopas over here. Throw them on the corners. Kind of forget about them. They have grounder star hit, which I like. I think it's funny, so I'm probably going to use it a decent amount. I actually like my team a lot. I think it's fun. I don't think it's very good necessarily compared to the teams above it, but I think it is better than the teams that I showed before. Again, I think the thing people are going to disagree with me about the most is Andrew's team's placement. But either way, I'm very happy with my team. I think that what we lack in strong, like super strong characters at the top end, we really make up for in spirit and swag. So I'm feeling good about this team. I like my team right middle of the pack, number 7. Next up, we got the JK Jesters. Really solid team. This is the other team on Peach Gardens. It's 2 stinker picks or Baby Luigi. That's Jason's thing, you know. But really, really solid top of the order here. And this is really what makes a team in the Classic, how good your good characters are. And yeah, obviously how decent your bad characters are matters a lot. But like DK Captain, who also just has a great singles bat, and he's a great fielder. Waluigi, who's not pitching here, he's probably going to be playing the infield. Magikoopa on third base, Dixie Kong pitcher. You've got Paratroopa probably for the outfield. Monty Mole for first base, and then you put him in maybe center, and Baby Luigi's on the corners in the outfield. I mean, it's a solid team all around, especially Jason's decent with Monty's bat, which is obviously important to this team, which is why he took the character. I think it's a solid team. The top 5 is really, really solid. Monty Mole, middle of the road, decent character, not great, not the worst. Baby Luigi's pretty bad, but ultimately you're going to have a couple bad characters, and Jason's team looks really good. This is a good-looking team, plays well to his stadium because you're not going to be seeing a lot of home runs or anything here, so DK's his only, like, power hitter because, you know, DK is a power hitter, even though people don't charge with him that often. But I think this is a good team. I like it. It's not the greatest team, but it is a solid team overall. At number 5, we got the L Train Express. You guys might think it's weird that I have this over Jason's team, but the main reason to me is it's got Yoshi, it's got King Boo, and it's got Magic Koopa. I think Yoshi is an insanely strong character, especially in the Classic, because all of, like, the bad hitters, it's kind of hard to get the ball past Yoshi in general, so that character's really strong in that regard. King Boo on Mario Stadium, he's going to hit bombs to right field. It's just going to happen. Magic Koopa, lockdown defender, and a great star hit, and a great singles bat. Red Pianta, so he has the option for the Falcon Pop, or just going for homers, and again, Mario Stadium, that short right field wall. That's a great thing for Pianta. He's got a Noki to give some chemistry to Pianta, which also has Falcon Pop. Not the best star hit Noki, but a decent option. And then the rest of his team's okay. You know, Bowser Jr., he's an alright character, you know, kind of lower middle of the road. GSG, I think, is his pitcher, which is pretty much his biggest weakness here. And, actually, no, Goomba's probably his pitcher. And he's got Bones, who's a decent bat. I think him and Jason are interchangeable. I wouldn't hate putting Jason over him. Honestly, thinking about it now, he might be, but they're really close to me. I like Lionel's team. I like that he has a solid defense, which I think is pretty important, but he's not really sacrificing any offense because Yoshi's still a good bat, and Captain Yoshi can get on pretty reliably. I mean, King Boo's got options, and he's a heavy, which is really important. Magic Koopa, again, the star hit, the slap hit. I like this team a lot. It's really solid all around, and the weaknesses don't really show up until, like, the bottom of this lineup. And even then, like, Goomba and Bones and Shy Guy have pretty capable singles bats. They're not the worst bats you've seen in your life. You're not seeing, like, a Toad on here, like a non-red Toad, or a Baby Luigi, something like that. So I think Lionel might get the edge over Jason because of that kind of all-aroundness to the team that I think Jason might lack a little bit, but they're close, the two of them. Next up, we got Papa Den's D-Fuel. I like Dennis's team a lot. He's the other team on Mario Stadium. DK Captain, which is, I think he's had in every single classic. Fire Bro, so a solid heavy. He's got Magic Koopa, great defense star hit. You've heard it all before. Dixie Kong, arguably the best pitcher in the league. Obviously, her offense isn't as good as Boo's, so Boo is probably overall better. But Dixie Kong, a really solid pitching option. He's got, and Dennis loves Bones. So the fact that he picked up 4 Bones, they have chemistry with each other. If you want to go for some charges with Red Bones, maybe to get some guys on, but you have 3 of them with star hits, and then Blue Bones, who is the worst Bones, but still. I mean, it's a really solid all-around team. His bad characters essentially are Paragoomba and Blue Bones, and Dennis loves the Bones slap hit with no star. So his team is going to play really well to his play style, and the top of his team, like the top 5, are all really, really good characters. So I think this team's going to be really good. I think Dennis is going to do well with it, but we'll see. We'll find out. Number 3, we got Maddie's Dark Matter. Maddie's team's really good. I like Maddie's team a lot. Mario Captain's a solid pick. He's got Yoshi Park, so maybe hit some things into the corners. Piranha Plants get involved. He's got Petey and Boomerang Bro, just like Andrew, but I think that it's just going to be better on Maddie's team. I think he has better on-base potential to take advantage of these heavies, so you can't just walk them as much. Toadsworth, a really strong singles bat. I think it is his pitcher. Oh, no, Daisy's probably his pitcher, but Maddie loves Daisy. Really good with her singles bat. He's going to pitch with her. And then the bottom of his team is not that great. You know, Blue Noki's okay, but the bottom 3 are pretty bad, and that's kind of what holds this team back. But I think, again, that top 5 being so good, especially that top 4 is so solid. He's got a pretty decent defense with a really good offense. I think this team's going to be scary. Maddie's a really good offensive player, and I think he's really going to show that with this team. I like it a lot. I have it at number 3. Now, our top 2. Coming in at number 2, we've got the High Definition Wonder Bears. Tyler's team, I think it's pretty good. So he's playing on Bowser's Castle, which is definitely relevant for this team because his heavy is King Boo, so the curved trajectory is going to give him a bit of an advantage in hitting home runs around the thwomps because sometimes that curve can trick them into not going down. Mario Captain's pretty good. I might have gone with Luigi Captain here. Maybe not, though. I'm not entirely sure. But he's got Daisy, who also has chemistry with Luigi. He's got Peach, who has chemistry with all three of those characters. A green Noki, the best star-hitting Noki, who is probably going to be his pitcher. It's a good pitching option. He might actually end up going with Peach or Daisy. But I think, again, you know, you have that backup option for green Noki if you don't like the way that's working for you. He's got yellow Pianta, who's going to be a singles machine on this team, I think. I think he's going to be really good. And then his, like, three bad characters, Peach, Shy Guy, and Toad. He has Red Toad, who's like the good Toad. We've been seeing Red Toad do some stuff, and he's not terrible. He's got a long bat. Remke's been playing Red Toad a lot, I know, so shout out Remke for kind of bringing some light here, or whoever started doing it, if someone did it before him. But he's got Falcon Pop, and then Shy Guy, kind of a very similar bat to Red Toad. I mean, he's also got Falcon Pop, he's got a decent reach, really just solid all-around character. His team, what I think is so strong about Tyler's team is what I was mentioning earlier about how the end of his lineup, like his bad characters, are not that bad. So, like, he does pretty decent in the back end, which means that his top end, which isn't like obscenely strong, you know, he's got Mario, King Boo, Luigi, whatever. I think the fact that the whole team is solid is more important than having like a really strong top three and having a really bad rest of your team, which is like what Nolan's team is. So yeah, I think Tyler's team is really good. I think this is a bit of a sleeper. I don't know if a lot of people kind of realize this, but I think this team is going to be very good. It's going to play to his stadium really well because he only has the one heavy, and like I said, it can kind of trick the thwomps. So I really like Tyler's team. I think this team is going to be really solid. And coming in at number 1, you probably guessed it by now, and if you watched the draft, you probably guessed it back then, we've got Colin's Kahunas. I mean, this team is insane. Basically, everything I just said about Tyler's team is true for this team. His bottom characters are a little worse, but his top characters are a lot better. So his captain's Wario, which isn't as good as Mario, but he's a great middle infielder, which is definitely important. He's got Hammer Bro, 2 Magikoopas, Diddy Kong, Green Paratroopa, and Pianta. So let's just break this down for a second. Let's break down the fielding. Throw Magikoopa on first and third. They have chemistry with each other, so there's a chem link going that way. Throw Wario on second base. Pianta at shortstop. That's a meta infield right there. You've got Diddy Kong pitcher, Baby Mario right field, so you have a wall jumper, which isn't super important, but it's good to have. Koopa in left field, Dry Bones in center. You have one dead spot in your field, and it's Dry Bones in center. You have 1, maybe 2 dead spots in your lineup being Baby Mario and Dry Bones, and again, their bats aren't that bad. I hate Baby Mario. I think the character's a piece of garbage, but some people like him more than me. I don't know, man. This team is really good. This is how Nolan ended up with 2 Bowsers. It's because he traded like Hammer Bro, at least one of his Magikoopas, and like Diddy Kong and Green Power or something like that. It was some ridiculous trade. I don't really know. Either way, Colin's team is insanely good. This team's going to be so good. The Tornadoes are going to play well with his Magikoopas, his Pianta, and honestly, all of his singles hitters. The Tornadoes are going to play well, too. He has Bro, which he's really good with Bro, so he's going to like that a lot. He has a decent backup heavy in Wario, who is capable of hitting the ball out, and even if you don't, like, he can still hit it to the track, which can be solid. Plus, he's got a good slap hit. This team is an absolute menace. This is going to be a really strong team. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't drop more than 1 game, maybe 2 games. I don't know. He could go 11-0. This team's really good. I didn't want this to happen. I thought this was a grave mistake on Nolan's part. Colin's team's really good. Colin's really good. We're gonna see what he does with it, but man, this is a squad. I mean, look at this. This almost doesn't look like a classic team. This is an insanely good team. So, I mean, hats off to Colin for a good draft and good trades, but man, this is gonna be tough to beat. This is a clear winner for a number 1 overall team. So yeah, just a quick recap. I'm gonna get rid of my camera real quick. Sorry, everybody. This is what I ranked all the teams. I think that there are a couple moves that people might think to make. You know, maybe you think the Dirges are a little better. Maybe you think the Jesters are a little better. Maybe Cokes' team. I don't know. Maybe you think the double Bowser team's gonna work. Who's to say? But these are my opinions on the Dinger City Classic. Be sure to tune into that starting in January. I don't know the exact date, but sometime in January, Dinger City Classic 3, early January, games are going to be starting. Everybody's playing each other once. It's going to be like 60-something games of content. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have playoffs. The belt is on the line. It's going to be really awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'm back. I'm going to be making content more frequently. I'm going to try to do like at least one upload a week going forward. I promise you the next video will be Birdo Baseball Basics. I recorded one actually, and I just wasn't really happy with how it came out. So I ultimately didn't upload it. I'm coming back, by the way. Here I am. Yeah. So that's what happened. I'm going to record a new one, though. I'll get that out to you guys next week. Thanks for sticking around in my brief hiatus, but I'm back now. Don't worry. I've returned, back with more Mario Baseball content. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Again, watch the Dinger City Classic on Dinger City's YouTube channel. I'm going to be a part of it. I'm going to try to kick some ass. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.